Victoria Ashurst. I'm a 66-year-old mother of 2, grandmother of 6, married for 45 years coming up, and sort of a bit of a workaholic, project manager stroke program manager, and I was running my own business as a consultancy for about 20 odd years. And the last 5 years I've gone back into permanent employment with another company in my heading down to retirement. The day I had the stroke, it was a very nice, peaceful, quiet Sunday morning. My husband and Dad had a bit of a lie-in. We got up and had breakfast. And because I knew I'd got a few jobs I wanted to do for work, I went to the loo and was going to go and start work in my office straight after it. I was sort of doing my trousers back up again. My left side just sort of steadily went, and I sedately slid to the floor, called 999, and we're very lucky the ambulance was literally only a few roads over. So they came straight here. They were marvellous, and was in the hospital within about half an hour. But I can remember lying on the floor and trying desperately to talk to the handler on the 999 desk, trying to make sure I was clear and as precise as I could be for her. So I could remember that very, very clearly, working hard at that. But since then, the speech then deteriorated quite a lot and everything else. Yeah. Right. Well, my goal on leaving hospital was to try and get myself back to normal as quickly as possible. So on leaving hospital, I went to one of the rehab centres. I was there for about 6 weeks, where they sort of take you through all the getting back to sort of being mobile. By the time I left there, they made sure I could make myself a meal, making a hot drink, being able to carry it around and get up and downstairs and walk short distances. Since I've been home, it's been a case of focusing far more on different forms of mobility, making sure that my strength's building up, lots of leg exercises, hand exercises, walking up and down the hill, and with the goal being to get to the local supermarket. Having started phasing back into work, it's working from home, so my main goal is really to be able to get back on site where I work. So that's my first and foremost, and then the rest is just literally being able to get back out doing the gardening. Well, they've been sort of getting me to focus back on the things I would normally do when I'm working. So thinking about planning and scheduling my days, typing, and actually started to learn touch typing as a consequence, which, even though I work with computers day in, day out, I've never actually touch typed, so it's going to be very helpful. It's also sort of thinking about the things that you need to worry about when you actually get back on site, to make sure I can think that way through all of that, and the coordinating with people, which at the moment I'm using Teams to talk to the rest of the crew, but once I'm there I'm going to have to be back to sort of presenting and be able to cast my voice across a room much more powerfully and things like that. It's thinking about things like that and working out how to do it, and where things don't quite work, good strategies for filling so you can move on without learning bad habits. That's the big thing. It was one of those things I don't think I'd have known how to go about. It would take me a lot of time and effort to find out what I needed to do to get myself back. Even though I thought I was ready to get back in the car, I think it was helpful with the vocational rehab, sort of set me on the journey and helped me measure the timing and everything else. Little things like the prep for getting back to work, like going for walks and pottering around things. It really prepares you for getting back onto site and being able to do the jobs you normally do. I'm lucky that my job is office-based most of the time, so just wandering down in the mornings into my home office, sitting there all day and working, that was easy. But once you're back working on a site, you have to fit better into the schedules and things, and you don't just sit in one place, you move around. And without the vocational rehab, I would not have had that sort of reminder to balance myself out and keep myself moving along, and then being strong-willed and take breaks when I needed them. Oh, it's been very different. Because the main thing is, it almost felt a bit like I would have been heading back to work after a long holiday or something like that. So you've been sort of made redundant and taken the work break and been out for three months from work. It wasn't, because your body is so very different from just a normal break like that. So it's through the vocational rehab side, you've helped me understand how to pace myself, how to sort of make sure I'm communicating well with other people, to make sure they understand my limitations, and it's managing expectations for everybody. It's really been very helpful like that. Yeah, I've been extremely grateful to the vocational rehab team, because they've really kept me grounded and on the path. Good. And thank you very much, everybody.